Alright, good evening everybody. It's Bobby Coleman again. I want to welcome you to this video. On this video, what I'm going to do is basically share the three-step system that we have for inviting new potential business partners into the Wake Up Now opportunity. Now, here's something you want to keep in mind. You want to keep it as simple and duplicatable as possible. Okay? The easier it is for you, when the person is looking at the information, the easier it's going to be for them to make a decision. Okay? A lot of times when people come in this industry, they think they've got to be the best talkers, the best closers, the best presenters. And the reality of the situation is, what's going to make it easier for that person to get started that's viewing the information is they're thinking, can I do this? Can I do what you just did? And so what I'm going to do is go over a three-step system with you really quick that is working. It's already proven in this industry. In fact, a lot of the multi-million-dollar industry earners have used this very same system. And so basically 3 steps to exposing the business. Number 1 is piquing interest. What does piquing interest mean? Simply put, it's raising the interest level of your prospect. Think of it like being a fisherman, right? You don't shove bait down a fish's throat. What you do is, if you're going fishing for a certain type of fish, what you do is get a certain type of bait, right? And you throw it out, you reel it out, you let it sit there for a little bit, you pull it back a little bit, and eventually the right fish is going to bite that bait. When that fish bites the bait, you yank it back and you start pulling in. So it's the same thing with piquing the interest. And the important part is this. You don't want to overtalk. You want to keep it short and you want to keep it simple. Think of a great movie that you've seen before. When you've seen a great movie, when you call your friend, do you tell them the entire storyline? Do you tell them the outcome? Absolutely not. What do? You share with excitement, enthusiasm, and you keep it short, and you're basically like, you've got to see this. It's crazy. Just like a really good restaurant. You know, if you're taking your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband out to eat, and you go to a really good place, when you're referring it to a friend or a family member, you're not going to tell them everything about it. You're just going to tell them you have to check this out. And so here are a couple of really simple ways to where you can introduce people to the business. You know, if it's somebody that you know that's overworked and underpaid, somebody working 40, 50 plus hours a week, it's very simple. What I would say is, hey Jeff, listen, I know you work crazy hard. I know you're commuting all the time. I know you spend all the time that you have at work. And I know how hard you work and how much of a grinder you are. Listen, I came across some crazy information, an amazing business that you can work on a part-time basis in conjunction with what you already do and make an absolute killing or fortune doing it. Boom. So now I'm speaking directly to Jeff's wants and needs. You know, if it's somebody that likes helping other people. Hey, Jeff, listen, I just came across some information. I know how much you love helping people. I've got something that if I put it in your hands, you're going to be able to help so many people. Somebody that's competitive. Hey, listen, Anil, I just came off some great information. Listen, man, I know how great of a networker you are. I know how many people you know. Listen, somebody like you with your work ethic and your skill set would blow this thing up and make a lot of money doing it. Boom. So piquing the interest is basically raising the interest level. Notice how I didn't go into the business. I didn't explain the compensation plan. I didn't explain the products or services. That's not needed. See, the most important thing is that you are the messenger, not the message. We've got professionally put third-party tools together that do basically the presenting and the selling for you, which leads me to step number 2, using a third-party tool. What is a third-party tool? It could be a 5-minute video that we have online, which is absolutely killing it right now. Could be an 8-minute video. It could be the 10 p.m. conference calls that I hold. It could be you know, a one-on-one presentation. It could be a phone presentation. It could be a regional event on the weekend. Any exposure showing the Wake Up Now business plan is that third-party tool. Notice how I said third-party tool. It's not you doing the talking. Because here's what's happening now. The prospect or the person that you're looking at as a potential business partner is now thinking, wow, okay, so Jeff basically just showed me this information. All he did was pique my interest. They're not thinking pique my interest, but he's like, they raised my interest level and he put some information in front of me. I can do the exact same thing. That's exactly what they're thinking. Now, here is what's absolutely killing it right now, and it's working for step number 2. It's if I, would you. So again, if I, would you. See, you always want to be the place when you're prospecting of power. You always want to be in control. You never want to give it away. So as an example, this is what it would sound like. Let's say that I piqued the interest of somebody named Jeff, and Jeff was like, yeah, I'm interested, I want to hear more. What I would then say is, Jeff, listen, if I sent you a 5-minute video, would you view it? If I sent you an 8-minute video, would you view it? If I invited you to a conference call tonight at 10 p.m., that's going to take about 15 minutes, would you jump on? I can reserve you a spot. What you want to do when you ask that question is wait for Jeff's response. If it's anything other than yes, you take it back away and you say, listen, I'll follow up with you another time. Okay? Because if you just shoot the video out to them, if you just give them the conference call telephone number, you don't know whether or not they're going to check it out. You don't know if Jeff's going to go in front of his computer. You know, he could go in front of it and not even get back to you. So you always want to stay in the position to where you're controlling the information. So Jeff, if I shot you an 8-minute video, would you view it over the next 20 minutes? And if Jeff is like, yes, what I then do is reconfirm that. So Jeff, I'm going to shoot you an 8-minute video. I'll follow up with you in 10 minutes. Cool. Bam. Then what you do is step 3 is the 3-way call. And here's the reason why. After you follow up with that person after they're done viewing the information, you want them to see how the system works by them going through the system. And so if I'm following up with you and I'm the one that's trying to quote unquote close you into the business, your prospect's going to think they have to do the exact same thing, and they may not be comfortable with that. So all you do when you follow up with somebody after the video, you say, Jeff, what did you like most about what you just saw? Notice how I didn't say, did you like it? I said, what did you like most about what you just saw? Because I'm getting you going down the right path. After I ask you what you liked most about what you just saw, I'm going to say, cool, Jeff, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're not interested at all, 10 being you're ready to get started, where would you rate yourself? If Jeff says anywhere from a 7 to a 10, all you say is, awesome, let's get you started. What I'd like to do is put you on the phone with one of my business partners and good friends. This girl's absolutely crushing it. I'd just like to introduce all of our new business partners to our support team. Boom. And then you put them on the phone with me, you put them on the phone with whoever your upline support is, and then all we do is welcome them to the team and cast that vision for them. So again, if you stick to this 3-step system and you just expose the business over and over and over again, here's what you're going to find happens. Some people won't, some people will. All we do is look for the people that say, yes, I want to do this. You know, I had somebody ask me earlier today, Bobby, how do you overcome objections? And my response was, I don't. I don't put myself in a position to where I can get rejected. I don't put myself in a position to where somebody's like, well, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I've got to talk to my spouse, I don't know if I can be committed. Nowhere along those lines can somebody answer my question with one of those objections. Does that make sense? Because I'm not in the sales business. We are selling, but I'm not trying to sell you on an opportunity. You either see it or you don't. So again, the 3-step system, number 1, pique interest. Keep it short, keep it brief. Be excited, show enthusiasm. Step 2, use a third-party tool. The 5-minute video, the 8-minute video, the 10 p.m. presentation calls, a face-to-face, a regional event, a home meeting, anything that shows the information aside from you. You should not be showing the information. You should not be presenting the information. And then step 3, after we put them in front of the video, the information, all we do is say, what did you like most about what you just saw? What you like most about what you just heard? And then you say on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you don't like it, 10 being you're ready to get going, where would you rate yourself? That's the 3-step system. The more exposures that you make to this opportunity, the more business partners you're going to have. The more business partners you have, the more leverage you have. The more leverage you have, the more money you're going to make. So if you stick to this system to a T, and you get your people sticking to this system to a T, your business is going to absolutely explode. We'll see you in the next video.